Look an octopus in the eye. Something looks back. You can feel it. But try to read it the way you'd read a dog or a person, and you hit a wall. Not because the tank is empty. Because behind that eye, there is a mind built from none of the parts yours is made of. No shared ancestor. No common wiring. You are not looking at a clever animal. You are looking at the closest thing to alien life you will ever meet, and it grew up in the same ocean you swim in. Let me show you why that wall is real and what's on the other side of it. Every intelligent animal you've ever known is your cousin. The dog, the crow, the dolphin. Trace their family tree back far enough and it meets yours. At an ancestor that already had a centralized brain and a spinal cord. The basic blueprint every smart vertebrate inherited. When a dolphin solves a problem, it's running a version of the same machine you are. The octopus is not on that branch. To find the ancestor you share with it, you have to go back more than 600 million years. To something with maybe a few hundred nerve cells. Nothing you'd call a brain. After that point, the two lineages never spoke again. Evolution built a complex mind on your branch. And then, completely separately, with no contact and no shared plan, it built one on the octopus's branch too. Two minds. Two independent inventions of intelligence on the same planet. That's what makes the octopus the closest thing to an alien we have. Not that it's strange to look at, but that it solved the problem of having a mind a second time, from scratch. And it did not arrive at the same answer. Here's the first place the answers diverge. You keep your mind in one place. Your brain sits in your skull and issues orders. Your body obeys. The octopus does not do this. It has around 500 million neurons, roughly the count of a dog, but 2/3 of them aren't in its brain. They're out in its arms, near 330 million of them, spread down 8 limbs. So the arm is not a tool the brain controls. The arm thinks. Each one can taste what it touches, decide, and act, without checking in with the central brain at all. When an octopus reaches into a crack in a reef, the brain may not know what the arm has found until after the arm has grabbed it. Some researchers describe the octopus not as one creature with one mind, but as something closer to 9. One in the center, one in each arm. And if that sounds like a metaphor, here's the fact that makes it literal. Cut an octopus arm off, and for a while, it keeps working. A severed arm will still reach. It will still recoil from danger. It will still grab food and try to pass it toward a mouth that is no longer there. The intelligence in that arm doesn't switch off when it loses the brain, because it was never fully running on the brain in the first place. Sit with that. Part of this animal's mind can be removed from its body and keep making decisions without it. Now go deeper, past the wiring, down to the molecule. This is where the octopus stops being merely strange. You have a genetic code, and it's fixed. Your DNA gets copied faithfully into RNA, and that RNA builds the proteins that run your body. When you need a new kind of protein, you wait for evolution. Random mutation across thousands of years. The octopus does not wait. It rewrites the instructions in real time. In a study published in the journal Cell in 2023, researchers found octopuses edit their own RNA on a scale nothing else comes close to, recoding the genetic messages inside their neurons at over 13,000 sites. When the water turns cold, the octopus reaches into its own neural code and changes it, altering the proteins that run its nervous system within hours. You adapt to the cold by putting on a coat. The octopus adapts by editing its own brain chemistry on the fly, doing in an afternoon what your species can only do across geological time. The scattered mind, the thinking arms, the self-editing code, and now, the part that's hardest to stay comfortable around. This alien is watching you back, and it remembers. At the Seattle Aquarium, biologists ran an experiment with giant Pacific octopuses. One person always fed them, another always touched them with a bristly stick, mildly irritating, nothing more. The two were dressed identically. After 2 weeks, the octopuses behaved completely differently toward each one, moving toward the feeder, pulling away from the irritator, aiming their funnels at the one they'd learned to dislike. They had learned to tell 2 specific humans apart by sight. And then there are the stories that never make it into a paper. The octopus in New Zealand that took a dislike to one staff member, for no reason anyone could identify, and soaked her with a jet of water every single time she walked past. Only her, day after day. The animal had picked a person, formed a grudge, and kept it. Other labs report octopuses learning which keeper is watching and timing their tank escapes for the moment no one is looking. So when you stand at that tank and feel like something is studying you, it is. Not your species in general, you. It's sorting you into a category. Safe or not. Worth watching or not. With a brain that shares no design with yours. This is why you hit that wall when you look it in the eye. The dog is legible to you because the dog is family. Same ancestor, same kind of brain, running emotions you can read because you run them too. The octopus is not family. When it looks at you, there is clearly someone home. But the someone was assembled from different parts, in a different order, to a different plan. The intelligence is real, the recognition is real, the curiosity pointed back at you is real. You just have no shared language for any of it because you never shared a path. Every fact here is the same fact from a different direction. The mind spread through the arms, the severed limb that keeps deciding, the code rewritten to survive the cold, the grudge held against one face. Each one says the same thing. Intelligence did not have to look the way it looks in you. It happened twice on this planet, and the second time, almost nothing came out the same. And here's the part that's strange to sit with. Your whole life, a mind, has meant one thing, because you've only ever seen examples built on the one blueprint. The octopus quietly proves that everything you assume a mind must be centralized, fixed in its code, housed in one place, isn't a rule of intelligence. It's just a description of yours. There was another way the whole time, 8-armed and watching, at the bottom of the sea. What science can map is the mechanism, the neurons in the arms, the edited code, the learned faces. What it can't reach is the thing you most want to know when you meet that eye, whether there's an inner experience behind it at all, whether the octopus feels its own existence the way you feel yours, or whether it's a kind of intelligence that thinks with no one inside to know it's thinking. We have no way yet to ask. We can only stand at the glass, looked at by something that came to mind by a completely different road, and wonder if it's wondering too. The wall is real, but the next time you catch an octopus looking at you, really looking, arms gone still, eye tracking yours, consider that you're not seeing a clever animal at all. You're seeing what intelligence looks like when it's invented from nothing you recognize. A second answer to the oldest question there is, and it's looking right back at the first. If this one stayed with you, subscribe. There's a lot more where this came from. See you in the next one.